तो आज की क्लास में देखते हैं इम्पल्स। Impulse says कि force acting on a body for a very small time interval, that is the impulse. Impulse says कि the product of force and time interval, it is defined as if it is the product of force and certain time interval. Force and certain time interval, that is impulse. Impulse I equals to F into delta T. Impulse equals to how much? Impulse equals to I equals to F into delta T. That is the formula for impulse. And impulse is a vector quantity. So impulse is a vector quantity. We know that vector multiplied to scalar gives a vector quantity. So impulse is a vector quantity. Impulse is a vector quantity. SI unit of impulse. SI unit of impulse is Newton into second. SI unit of impulse is Newton into second. That is the SI unit of impulse. Next is impulse momentum theorem. Impulse momentum theorem. Impulse momentum theorem says कि impulse of a force is equals to change in momentum produced by that force. Impulse of a force is equals to change in momentum produced by that force. Impulse of a force is equals to change in momentum produced by that force. Impulse of a force is equals to change in momentum produced by that force. That is impulse momentum theorem. Explanation. So F equals to dp by dt. According to Newton's second law, F equals to dp by dt. So F into dt equals to how much? Equals to dp. So F into dt equals to how much? Equals to dp. F into dt is I. I equals to how much? I equals to delta p. Impulse equals to change in momentum. I equals to delta p. Impulse equals to change in momentum produced by that force. That is the impulse momentum theorem. I equals to delta p. So next is application of impulse momentum theorem. Application of impulse momentum theorem. So what are the applications of impulse momentum theorem? So applications of impulse momentum. So F into del T equals to how much? F into del T equals to delta P. If delta P equals to constant, if delta P is constant, F into delta T equals to constant. F into delta T equals to constant. F proportional to 1 by delta T. F proportional to 1 by delta T. As time interval increases, force value decreases. As F proportional to 1 by delta T. As time interval increases, force value decreases. As time interval increases, force value decreases. So first application says कि या फिर first example says कि person falling from a certain height on a concrete floor experiences maximum force than on a heap of sand. Person falling from a certain height. Person falling from a certain height. Person falling from a certain height on concrete floor experiences maximum pain than on heap of sand. Second, shock observers are used in vehicle. Shock observers are used in vehicle for rider comfort. Shock observers are used in vehicle for rider comfort. Shock observers are used in vehicle to increase the time period. So as time period increases, force value decreases. Shock observers are used in vehicle for rider comfort. So these are the application of impulse momentum theorem. So moving to question. Question is given कि a ball is projected. Ball of mass m is projected with a speed v and it strikes on the wall. Ball of mass m projected with speed v and it strikes on the wall. And then rebounds. So find impulse. Impulse equals to how much? Impulse equals to change in momentum. Impulse equals to change in momentum. So that is m v minus u. That equals to m. So when ball strikes on the surface, so the speed is v, and when it rebounds, speed is also v. When it strikes on the surface, its speed is v. When it rebounds, its speed is also v. So I equals to m v minus u, that is final speed minus initial speed. So final speed equals to how much? Final speed is v minus I cap. Initial speed is v I cap. So this is minus 2mv minus 2mv I cap. So that is the impulse. Minus 2mv I cap. That is the impulse. So I equals to minus 2mv I cap. That is the impulse. So in this question, ball of mass m projected with speed v. So here also ball of mass m projected with speed v. It makes an angle 60 degree. It makes an angle 60 degree. So find the impulse. Find impulse. तो इसको थोड़ा सा एक्सटेंड कर लेते हैं. तो ये अगर एंगल 60 तो ये भी जो है एंगल 60 डिग्री. तो फिर इसका दो कंपोनेंट, एक जो है v cos 60 so this is mass m, speed is v, so this component is v cos 60, this is v sin 60, this is also mv, this is v cos 60, v cos 60, this is v sin 60, this is v, this is 60, this is v cos 60, this is v sin 60. Impulse equals to change in momentum m. So this is v sin 60, v sin 60, this is minus I cap, minus this is v sin 60, this is I cap, this is minus twice mv sin 60 I cap, minus twice mv sin 60 is root 3 by 2, this is I cap, minus mv minus mv root 3 I cap. That is the impulse. Minus mv root 3, this is I cap, minus mv root 3, this is I cap. That is the impulse. So that is the formula for impulse. So next is equilibrium. So equilibrium concept. So in this equilibrium, so two types of equilibrium are there: translational equilibrium, then rotational equilibrium. This is translational equilibrium. Under this translational equilibrium, summation of f equals to 0. In this translational equilibrium, summation of f equals to 0. So this is translational equilibrium. Next is rotational equilibrium. Translational equilibrium. Next is rotational equilibrium. Under this rotational equilibrium, summation of tau equals to 0. Translational equilibrium. Next is rotational equilibrium. Under translational equilibrium, summation of f equals to 0. Under rotational equilibrium, summation of tau equals to 0. So that is rotational equilibrium. Translational equilibrium, then rotational equilibrium. So एक क्वेश्चन देखते हैं based upon this translational equilibrium. So this is 60 degree. This is T1, this is T2. Always remember, tension is away from the object. Tension is away from the object. Find T1 and T2. Find T1 and T2. So find T1 and T2. If this is 60 degree, this is also 60 degree. So this is T2 cos 60. Suppose this mass is 10 kg. So this is T1. This is T1. And this is T2. This is T2 cos 60. If this is T2 cos 60, this is T2 sin 60. This is T2 cos 60. This is T2 sin 60. So in this equilibrium, summation of f equals to 0. If summation of f equals to 0, summation of fx equals to 0. So T1 equals to how much? T2 cos 60. T1 equals to how much? T1 equals to T2 cos 60. Then mg is directed downward. 10 into g. mg is directed downward. mg is directed downward. T2 sine 60. T2 sine 60 equals to 10 into g. T2 sine 60 equals to 10 into g. So here T1 equals to how much? Cos 60 is 1 by 2. So T2 equals to T1 equals to T2 divided by 2. T1 equals to T2 divided by 2. So that is the relation between T1 and T2. Sin 60 is root 3 by 2. 10 into 10 is 100. T2 equals to how much? T2 equals to 200 divided by root 3. T2 equals to how much? T2 equals to 200 divided by root 3. T2 equals to how much? T2 equals to 200 divided by root 3. That is T2. T1 equals to how much? T1 equals to T2 divided by 2. 200 by root 3. This is 2. T1 equals to how much? T1 equals to 100 divided by root 3. T1 equals to how much? T1 equals to 100 by root 3. T1 equals to how much? T1 equals to 100 by root 3. T1 equals to 100 by root 3. T2 equals to 200 by root 3. T2 equals to 200 by root 3. T1 equals to 100 by root 3. So this is 100 by root 3. This is 200 by root 3. So this is T1. This is T1. This is T2. This is T1. This is T2. So that is equilibrium concept.